Okay. Hmm.
Well, that was the sobriety center.
So what now?
So I said I don't give out money at the door, and he very politely waved off. Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here's a package for you.
Hooray. Hello, welcome. I'm sorry, I have a really bad, had the flu or a cold or something, and my throat is super sore, so I might be a little bit quiet here. I'll throw that over here. Yeah. Hello, hello, welcome. Sorry, my throat is super sore, so I've been pretty quiet. But I am, in fact, still here and still present and willing to chat, just quietly with a sore throat. I guess I should check how my sound is, and it's not just me being quiet. One moment. Let's go here, there. Uh-huh. Okay, good. Yes. Alright, I do have sound. I'm just quiet. Great. That's good. Hello, welcome. Sorry, I'm being quiet. This has been quite a quiet little stream. It's actually helpful for me because I have a very sore throat, so I'm somewhat glad that there's not a huge amount of activity for me, but I'm happy to chat a little bit. Whoever's coming in now, I'm working on this painting of, this is a silver maple trunk. There's going to be a little caterpillar over on this side here. I'm working in watercolor on aqua board right now. Happy to answer any questions. I hope everyone's week is going well. Aha, more people joining in slowly. Hello. Hi, Barbara. Well, it'll look probably something like this section, only the whole thing. I have a few pieces that I've done where I'm experimenting with leaving some portions unfinished, and there was a part of me that looked at this and thought maybe I'll just taper it off, but I think I will actually finish this whole, this is an 11 by 14, and I'll finish this whole one. Yeah, I have an exhibition opening in early November at our city hall has a public gallery, so exhibiting there. In my On the Skin of Giants series, which is an exploration of tree bark as ecosystem. I mean, on the whole, there's a lot of things that I'm feeling better, but then I got a terrible flu, so my throat is really off. You can probably hear it in my voice. But other things are better, so hooray! I'll have a video out tomorrow or on Sunday, edited for here, and another one for Patreon, updating on various things. How are you? Do any of you have anything fun planned for the next couple weeks? Oh gosh. Oof. I work tonight, tomorrow. I'm going out for outfit shopping for a friend's Indian wedding. Oh, cool, nice. That sounds like fun. Saris are so pretty. Sunday we are going to a pumpkin patch fall festival, so busy, busy weekend. That's cool. Oh, I need to get my husband to send me. I did finish that card a few weeks ago. I live streamed painting a wedding card. I did finish that up, and then I got to the wedding, and it was pretty neat because the loose floral setup that I painted, I had painted some orchids. There were no orchids, but the other flowers and the general setup of the sort of arrangement that I'd made up were actually quite similar to the flowers that they had at the venue for the wedding, so it was kind of neat that I managed to get them a painted card with, you know, almost their wedding flowers. My husband's in the other room and just overheard me, said he just sent me those images. One moment. Let me put them up on Discord, maybe? Where did that go? That is not the thing. Is it the thing over here? Where's the thing? Thing over here? Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Chat? Aha! There we go. Here, I'll image. Hey, where'd it go? Eep. I'll put it on Discord. Sorry, one moment. I'll just download. What? Sorry. Copy image, and then we'll put this here. Paste. There we go. One. And two. Ah, where'd it go? So I'm putting these images up on Discord in the art sharing part, and then we're gonna copy this one. So there were two kinds of flowers. There were flowers that belong to the venue, like arrangements that are living arrangements, and then there were flowers that they got specifically for the wedding. And so the living arrangements had things like ivy that I included in the card, and then the other flowers that they'd added looked more like the ones, like the whole arrangement. So I'm sending both. There we go. Yeah. It was kind of neat. Sweet. I'm glad you've joined Discord. Welcome. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it was pretty neat. I came in like a half hour early. And I was just sitting around because my husband was in the wedding party. So I go to sit down and realize I'm looking at, they had this little, like in the pictures you can see that it's like a little arbor thing, like a circle. And they were just standing in front of it for the ceremony, and they mounted to this hoop, they'd mounted these arrangements. I'm looking at the arrangements. I look at my card. Okay, well that's neat. I just painted their floral arrangements. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just nudging my camera a little bit. Better, hopefully. Trying to get as much. There we go. There we go. Oh goodness. I've been off having dinner. This tree is progressing nicely, especially with that tiny brush. Well, I've been alternating brushes. But yes, I've been a little bit unimpressed with this approach. There's a lot of different, it's very, very busy with a lot of different colors in a similar tonal range. So trying to figure out, because I can't then just like do a whole bunch of underpainting and then just darken up other parts. I have been alternating between mostly these three brushes. So a lot of the work has actually been done with a bigger brush, but yeah, it would definitely go faster if I figured out a way to use a bigger brush. I'll show a different piece. So, sort of simultaneously, I've been working on this piece. And you can see there's actually drips. I'm just going to leave them in. I'm experimenting with composition here. But this was mostly painted with a much bigger brush, and so I can cover a lot more area. And of course, like, I will add a bunch of detail in all the mosses and stuff, but I'm able to cover a lot more area, able to get a lot more done with a bigger brush. Whereas this, I have not quite figured out how to get all the work I want done with a bigger brush and then just add details, just because of the patterning on it. It is a lot of like painstaking little work with little brushes, which is not quite ideal, not really what I want. Yes, the purples are fun. It's often surprising to me how many, like, unusual colors you find just due to lighting and subjects. I like playing that up. Okay, let's see. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna have a whole bunch of this here. So the good thing is I can overpaint a little bit. So I can use a little bit of let's see, go here. I can do a little bit of overpainting and then just lift things out. And ideally I do more. I mean, this is on Aquaboard, so like I can be a little bit more bold with my dropping in colors, but it's just, there's a lot of like medium to light, bright green, bright blue, and the exposed bark areas that are exposed bark and like exposed like cracks in the bark where it's like a sort of sienna color, like all of them are in a similar tonal range. And so not only am I really trying to play up the contrasts and bring out, I mean, the darks, it's easy enough. I can just add in either ink or really dark lines after the fact. But the lighter tones, like, because otherwise it's all just gonna be one big mush. Anyway, yes, this has been frustrating because progress is slow on it, because there's so much in the same tonal range and tiny, tiny little splotches. So it's a little bit difficult to get in and block in areas. I did do a full underpainting. You can sort of see it, that there's like, you know, a first pass where I had blues and yellows and what have you that I just put in, as well as some of these blocked in veining things, but yeah, there's a lot more tiny brush work than I think anyone would recommend. which light green paint do you have below the yellow? This guy here, this is Holbein's Leaf Green, I believe. Here. Sort of not the same, or not the same way around as, but you're looking at this, I believe. Hi Jill, how are you? Happy Friday. And test subject 23. Hello, hello. Okay, back to work. Let's see. Maybe if I get a little bit more of this cobalt here, then I can. I was thinking about adding something similar to my palette, but I decided to have a lemon yellow and a darker green. Yes. So it is having something like this, like super bright chartreuse green, like this leaf green. It's a handy color to have if you're going to be doing a lot of like greenish nature scenes. You can also use a lemon yellow. The truth is I don't really love most lemon yellow pigments. They do tend to be a little bit more opaque than my preference. So sometimes because I would only really use a lemon yellow for that kind of bright green highlight, I find that sometimes I can replace it, but it kind of depends a little bit on what you're using it for and how you're using it. Because you can also use lemon yellows, like if you're doing an underpainting, to add the areas of like right around the brightest highlights. you maybe don't want to do that with the green, because then you'll have like a sort of greenish tinge around your brightest highlights, maybe not what you're going for. If you're painting anything other than bright green leaves. Keeping my yellow clean is tricky, and over time it'll turn greenish anyway. Yes, well, I mean, you can see my palette. I don't keep anything clean. I do with the yellows, like, they'll get really mucky on top, and so, but I do find that even when they get mucky on top, as long as I let them dry once, it's really just the surface that gets mucky. Like, it looks maybe not as clean yellow, but I can still get, you know, I can still get it to work just the same, just clean it up first. So like this had like a full-on blue well, and I just clean it up and now it's back to yellow. I do have a second one of these giant palettes that I've been thinking I might want to fill up at some point. Initially I was going to do them both the same, then I changed my mind about what I was going to do with the first one. It doesn't really make sense to me to fill the other one exactly the same, nor could I, because some of these are paints that I didn't have enough of to do too. So I am absolutely curious if you have any ideas about what I should do with the second one of these palettes. Let me know. I had a pan of, I think, aureolin. I made a mistake mixing some phthalo with it and never managed to clean it after. Yellows are my beautiful babies, and I keep them far away from any other color except very oranges. I admire that. Oh, I have a howling dog. I'm gonna do this here, this please, a little more here. Do you hear my howling wolf? She's very upset about something. No, but I have background noise, so maybe someone would. I'm gonna go fetch that silly dog one moment. Stupid throat. Oh, okay. Okay, and then I take another little brush and add some details over here. Let's see. Yep. Nice seeing you back. I'm heading. Okay. Thanks for joining. What time is it? I'm probably only gonna do another 10 minutes or so. As you can hear, my throat is not great, and the rest of me isn't much better. But I did want to get on and do a live for once, because I've been dropping too many balls. Yeah, I hope so too. This is one of those, the hits keep coming. Like, oh man, I just resolved a bunch of health issues. I thought I was getting better, but my immune system doesn't agree. So even though I'm now a little bit more with it mentally, my body is still taking its sweet time. Flu stinks. It does. It does. And I don't, like, I had a couple weeks ago, I had some head cold thing. And like a week and a half ago. And then, just as I was feeling a bit better, this hit. We don't even know, both my husband and I are super sick, and we don't even know where we caught it, because we'd recovered from the other thing. And it's not like we go out much, so where did we catch it? Was it like at a neighbor, like the neighbor's campfire or something? Like very, very odd how very sick we both are and nobody around us. So my husband has, he's immunocompromised, he's IgA deficient. And my immune system, it works just fine, but it attacks me. So, immunocompromised and autoimmune. Yeah. I'm quite like finally mentally feeling better, and then your body gets hit by a virus. Yeah, it very much is. It's like the punches just keep coming. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll go get the flu vaccine as soon as I'm past the flu. Just assuming this is the flu, but goodness only knows. I thought I might have gotten the flu last couple weeks. Oh well. And get a COVID booster while I'm at it. Haven't gotten a COVID booster in a little while. I reacted very, very strongly to the COVID vaccines. Like, they make me sick for weeks, which is probably a good indication that I should make sure that I'm always vaccinated, but it is always a little bit hard to, like, really, I'm gonna have to deal with muscle pains for weeks. Oh man. Doesn't really make you want to go get the vaccine, you know? But probably a good indication that, if I'm reacting so strongly to the vaccine, it's extra important for me to get it. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. Sorry, my sinuses are gross. I need to go blow my nose. This year's COVID booster is supposed to be much more effective protection, so it's worth considering. Yes, well, I am, like, I'm sure that, like, I've had COVID, I think once. I believe I got Delta COVID, so it was after I already had 1 or 2 COVID shots. And it was miserable, but, you know, it was a couple weeks of miserable. In fact, I'd say, like, the 3rd and 4th COVID shots were probably worse for me than COVID, actually. But then keep in mind, like, I had COVID immediately after getting 2 vaccines. And we're not even sure. We had some kind of respiratory illness, and I had symptoms, like, there was, like, weird lower back pain. And they were, like, weird different symptoms that were particularly associated with Delta COVID at a time when the COVID tests of the day weren't catching the strain of the day. So I tested negative with home tests. But I had symptoms. So we're assuming I had Delta COVID. And then I've had 4 COVID shots, but I have put off getting COVID vaccines a couple of years. However, I should get a COVID vaccine. Yeah, it's just knowing that you're gonna go in there and then you're gonna spike a massive fever and be out of commission for a couple weeks. So I think what's actually gonna happen is immediately after hanging, so this is going into a show in early November, so I'll probably go hang it on November 4th. Or, sorry, I'm hanging it on November 3rd, and then, so that's a Monday, and I'll hang it on the Monday, and then the same day or the next day I'll go get a COVID vaccine, and hopefully by the time the opening rolls around on Friday, I'll be at least able to attend my own opening. I mean, it's, well, like, but again, it's knowing that the reason why the vaccines are tough for me is because my body attacks itself. Is because of autoimmune. But the thing is, that would be also the case if I got the disease. So it would just, like, it would hit me harder as well. So it's both sides, right? Like, the vaccine is going to make me sick, but it's going to make me survivable sick. It's just knowing, it's just like coming up there and being like, yes, please make me sick for the next 2-3 weeks. Hopefully it's actually also going to be less because I have less other complicating factors now. But we'll see. I may also, I'll have to look into what variant of the vaccine they're giving now, because I suspect there might be a couple and it might be different which ones. But yeah, COVID booster, and then I'll get the flu as well, although I suspect that right now I've got the flu, so whoops, too late. But hey, I can be double sick. So then, on this piece, then there's going to be a little caterpillar right here. I haven't done it yet. But, yeah. Right there, right here. Maybe right here would actually be better. I'll have to figure out where the rule of thirds quadrant puts it. It's a fluffy white caterpillar. It's cute. Anyway, I have to go. My face is all swollen up. Thanks everyone for joining. This was fun. Bye bye.